Let's start you with our top story, which is, of course, an eNCA exclusive. We can now reveal the original source of the firearms missing from the Norwood Police Station store. 4 of them have been found in the hands of criminals at 2 separate crime scenes in Gauteng and in the North West. A police officer was killed during an incident in Brakpan last month. Senior reporter Barry Bateman has been covering that story for us, and he actually got the exclusive. Barry, first of all, yesterday we learned the firearms were linked to the Norwood Police Station store. What do we know about, their origin?
Yeah, good afternoon, Maseko. What we know now is that these firearms that have found their way into the hands of cash in transit heist suspects, both in the Northwest and Gauteng, were originally seized by the Norwood Police in 2014. So this goes back 7 years. To a time when there was a tip-off that the police had received about drugs, in fact, at a property not far from the Norwood Police Station. The police swooped on the property. Instead, they found several crates of firearms. We're talking about rifles here, R1s, R4, R5s, as well as more than 300 handguns. Now, the origin of those, the rifles, we suspect were police issue, and the handguns would have been firearms previously handed into the SAPS as part of previous amnesty periods. So civilians giving in their firearms, surrendering them to the police for future destruction. Those firearms discovered at this cache in 2014, so taken off the street. Well, now we're hearing about these firearms being recycled and being put back on the street. So those are the questions we're asking, Maseko. How is it the case that in 2014 these firearms were removed? Why were they not destroyed? And how are they ending up back in the hands of criminals?
So, Barry, how many firearms are we talking about here, and where are they now?
That is the big question. That is the million-dollar question, and this is the question that the Hawks are seized with at the moment. There is a high-level investigation currently taking place at the Norwood Police Station by some senior members of the Hawks to try and establish, firstly, how many firearms are actually missing and where are they. And I say they're trying to work out how many are missing is because the store, the SAP 13 store, where these firearms are supposed to be kept, is in such a shambles that it's not a case of just looking at a record and comparing it to the physical item that is there or not there. The problem is the records are so corrupted and we've got problems with them that it's not that easy. So a full audit is taking place. And sorry, Maseko, perhaps that is a scary point of it as well, that you cannot get a simple answer out of which firearms are missing and where are they. So that is the question that is being asked by the Hawks.
Well, Barry, the Hawks are not saying much at this stage. Of course, they do say that they're investigating. But have you been able to speak to the police ministry?
You know what, Maseko, I spoke to them yesterday. I put this question. I was told that it was premature to comment on the case at this stage because the link hadn't been properly made. Well, we know that link has been made. A lot has changed in the last 24 hours, particularly this new link to those firearms recovered in 2014. But I know that within the next 40 minutes or so, you will have Minister Becky Cele in your studio, and I have no doubt you'll be asking all those tough questions. So, the eNCA viewers, stay tuned.